Live. All right. Welcome everyone to another League of Legends Momentum session number 15. We are in patch 5.8, and I'm super excited because the Runan's Hurricane now deals damage because the recurve bow gives you 10 physical damage on hit. Yeah, that's my rushed first item. Now it's more powerful. What do you think, Warren?
I think it definitely helps you with last hitting. And one of the things is once it does build into a hurricane, like that 10 damage gets spread out, so it's an additional 30 damage. Or
So today I'm excited because I'm gonna upset Warren with something. He's not gonna like what I'm doing, but I'm testing something new. Testing something new, and remember that my game is more strategy than skill. So anything that's a strategy item that doesn't require skill is where I'm going to excel. And I've picked a new item that's actually been working out, but doesn't scale on Teemo at all. So I know you're going to hate it. But the item is our ZZ Rot Portal. And I want to know what you think and how I can use it.
I definitely think I think ZZ Raw Portal is a good item in general. I just think it's an all-around good item, but if you're building ZZ Raw Portal, your character has to be good enough with the items that it buys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that you don't have any mana regen in that build, or mana or anything like that.
It's all in my runes.
Okay, so looking at the build, looking at how it's set up, it would need Stork boots for sure.
Oh, I do Moby boots.
Moby boots are okay. So what's the reason that you go Moby boots? What's the logic behind it?
Yeah. So this build is all split push. And what I'm taking out of my build here is the Frozen Mallet. Because that's much more team fighting when I combine it with the Nashers and the Runa and the Liandrys. Sorry, the Runans and the Liandrys. I actually started, not in ranked, but just in normals, with the ZZ Rot Portal first. Because you get gold when those little guys go and kill minions. But it wasn't enough. And so what I figured was and this may not be the perfect scenario, but when I have my Runans, my Boots, and my Nashers and Liandrys, that's like split pushing beast right there. Even without the Liandrys make the mushrooms hurt a little more. I could even stop at Nashers. That's like massive speed. And I go Moby Boots to get me around. Right? I'm assuming I'm never going to get caught, and it just gets me around the map super fast. So I'm not playing for damage, I'm playing more for split pushing.
Okay, so the thing about mobility boots is there is a lot of problems with the item. It's really good on junglers, it's really good on supports, and it's decent on mid laners. And the problem with the item is it's meant to get you to lanes faster, right? To lanes, so to get you to another lane, so to get you to mid lane, to get you to bot lane. It's just meant to get you to other areas of response quick. But when you're split pushing, you're not actually responding to map events to the point where you're actually gonna try to be there on time. You're trying to counter the pressure in another area. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so how I'll usually use it is I'll split push top, right? Start pushing it out, and then when they come, right, they'll send two guys top. I'll run and then go mid, and then split push mid.
Yeah, but the green enchantment is okay, but you're spending 1,275 gold to invest into movement speed when your W gives you movement speed.
Yeah, and late game
you're already faster than everybody in the cast because of your W.
It's true.
Right? So to invest into movement speed, even though you're faster than while you're faster than everyone is a little bit of a waste of gold for this strategy. It would be better for you to go Sork Boots or like anything from Sork Boots to defensive if you really need it, or even to Berserker Greaves. Berserker Greaves are good for split pushing.
Yeah, it gives me the attack speed.
Right, so uh,
I tried. I mean, I tried in the last game even going swiftness. It's just too slow. Like I can't get back to. If I go split somewhere else, I can't run back to my lane fast enough to.
Are you popping your W when you're running to lane?
Oh yeah.
Or, like, right in the pool and.
And I'll max it second. Second? No, third. I max it before I max Q.
Okay, so second then.
Well, it's I forget how it actually goes, but like the shrooms as soon E and shrooms as soon as it comes up, I'm putting it into.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I don't think you can max shrooms till the end, right? I forget how it goes. Anyway.
No, it's 6, 11, and 16. That's
okay.
When you can level your ulti.
So my Q is the last to go. Like the blind I'll put a point into it as number 2, and then that's it until the end, basically. So I'm putting a ton of points into W to move quick, and that helps my passive too. But I fly across the map, right? Like I get the lane, I can pressure another lane quickly. If there's a dragon fight, I can just run down there instead of having the TP there if my TP is down.
Mm-hmm. The thing is like if there's a dragon fight, what you should be doing is you should for the first dragon you should be trading tier 1 top turret. For the second dragon you should be trading tier 2 top turret. For the third dragon you should be trading or pressuring tier 3 top turret. Right? Teemo does not need to team fight. Right? Just at all. If you play Teemo correctly, you don't need to team fight. What you need to do is just 2 things. You need to split push, like read the pressure of the map and split push, right? Yeah. And deny your opponent the option of engaging onto you via flank. You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, because I have vision and shrooms everywhere.
Exactly. So they can't come from behind you. They have to, the only way they can actually team fight your team, even though it's a 4v5, right, is by just muscling through straight up into them.
Yeah, and by that time I'm out and somewhere else.
Well, all you have to do is instruct your team to stay far away from them, right, and wave clear, right? Just focus on killing the minions, right? And that's literally the chess game of Teemo, is being able to manage the pressure like that, right? And if all those things fall into place, right, Teemo wins. Right? Now how Teemo gets caught is if he gets tricked. Right? Like, if you think that nobody's there, but then they go up and kill you, or...
Yeah, the warding. But my shrooms and warding, I upgrade to the trinket, the greater stealth totem. So I've got wards and shrooms. By the time I'm slip pushing, the whole area is covered. And I'll usually taunt the enemy jungler a little bit.
No, that's actually really, really good. To play with them. If somebody is running after you and they step on a shroom, right, I would just keep auto attack them until the slow duration is about to end, and then pop my move quick and run away, right? Unless somebody else is coming, right? Unless I knew somebody else is coming to flank me. If somebody else is coming, but they were behind the jungler rather, right? They were just behind them and they couldn't actually flank me or get in range or whatever, I would just kite them, because the longer you can kite them, the more time your team has pressure. It's all about managing pressure.
Yeah.
Right? So and you want to kill time with your opponent.
Yeah, make them waste time. Yeah. No, but sometimes what I'll do is the first time their jungler comes top and it gets hit by a shroom and doesn't even get to gank me, I'll give them an all chat lol, Vi, or whatever.
The mind games.
And they don't come top again for a while.
So you were saying earlier that you're more of a strategic person, not a mechanical person and stuff like that. I'm the same way, right? I actually am not good at this game on a mechanical level, right? I'm very good at this game on a strategic level. Right, so I come up with strategies and I come up with ideas that really punish opponents and get at them, and it exploits habits that common players have, and that's what I used to climb. That being said, basic things such as pressure in lane, and things like that, how I had to actually get good at that, because it is technically just a mechanic, it is technically laning mechanics,
Yeah.
but I broke it down into it being a strategy, right? I created it into a strategy. Okay, so what I think we'll focus on today, because I know like we left off on a note like with your laning phase last time, right? I do want to refine your laning phase
So after
because
that game, oh man, I went aggressive on like I'm gonna go aggressive. I'm gonna go aggressive top, and I went up against a Malphite and went like 0-3 in lane.
Mhm. Well, I'm probably assuming right now every single time he queued you, you ran away.
No, I was fighting, man. We fought a lot, but I died. Obviously, I wasn't doing a good job.
Okay, why don't we? Is that game replayed? We can look at it.
I don't know. I recorded some new ones.
Yeah, I saw. I'm just gonna check if it's like we'll just do a quick stuff with the early trades and see what went wrong here, or if you just got ganked, like that happens too.
Well, I want to talk about the ZZ Rot too.
Yeah. So for ZZ Rot, for 100% sure, rushing the item is not good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the reason is for everyone who's watching, and for you as well, obviously, is because the baby items that you build out of it have to assist you in your laning phase, right, during your first back, because you're not going to be able to back with 2,800 gold right away to just get the item all out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
DZ Raw Portal is good for dual resistances because it gives you 60 of each resist,
Yeah.
right? And it's good for regen. So it's a good like fourth or fifth item to support health and to support your resists. But if you were to just get it early, right? Let's say you were to get a first item, you're going to lane with 60 armor, 60 resist, an active, and a lot of regen. But you don't have any lane control, you don't have any damage, and you don't have any minion control. Now, the reason Hurricane, right, I can justify rushing it as an item, because even though like the Recurvo doesn't help you very much, right, it is a cheap item, and once you do get it, it has wave control, so you can just ignore your opponent, right, and you can just push and like go to golems, push and go to golems, you know?
Yeah.
So you can like AFK push kind of thing and just do your thing as Teemo,
Yeah.
right? So, it's I would say it's a decent fourth item, right? If you really need it, but I would get sixth item. I would get a sixth item 90% of the time. Right now, there's there's a technique with ZZ Raw Portal.
Yeah.
The technique is basically, you know, in top lane, the 3 bushes.
The top lane. Yeah, yeah.
Right inside the lane. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you do is you place the ZZ Raw Portal on the tip, right, of like on the tip of the bush. Now, because you're Teemo, you could like put the ZZ Raw Portal there and place a shroom on top of it and place a shroom around it. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you can basically cage it so people like can't kill it, or it's difficult for them to kill. So that's why when I saw it in the build, I'm like, it's not that bad if you
Yeah.
use it strategically and well, but you need Sork boots for it. Like, you need to build for your. If you're building ZZ Raw Portal, your build needs to benefit your shrooms as much as possible. That's where the synergy will come. Like that shouldn't be a Nashor's Tooth. That should be a Lich Bane, or that Void Staff that's coming out, or the Liandry should be like a Lich Bane, right, or something. So you guys should like it should be able to contribute to your split push and your shroom damage. Now Liandry's should be in your build. I don't know, like I would say personally that ZZ Raw Portal and Hurricane don't go into the same build, right? Because they kind of conflict. ZZ Raw Portal needs you to do a lot of shroom damage, and basically like Hurricane basically can manage a wave when you're there, but ZZ Raw Portal can do the same thing. Right, so you're overcommitting gold there.
So I use it more to take objectives than.
So a technique with ZZ Raw Portal is to put it in that bush and you can protect it, and then when it spawns, it'll start destroying the waves before your minion wave gets to it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So what that ends up doing is your minion waves end up stacking
Yeah.
right? They end up getting really, really big, right? So like you can use usually Raw Portal to stack a wave into like 3 stacks, 4 stacks, and teleport to that wave and take a turret instantly, right? Or teleport to a shroom nearby or something and just take a turret. So what you could do is you could go like to bot lane, you could place it in one of the bushes in bot lane, and then you can go top and just do your thing top. But then when bot gets stacked, you just go there, and you're managing 2 lanes at a time, right? So do you understand everything I spoke about there?
Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to figure out the strategy a little better. In this build, by the time I get it's already past laning phase, right? Like now we're all over the place. You know,
So
I'm in
like
split push mode.
basically like I'm gonna look at your build here. So if you're looking at your build, Hurricane is a power sink. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It got buffed recently, obviously, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Nashitude is more supportive damage, so it supports attack speed and it supports cooldown reduction. It gives you a bit of AP, right? It's half of a big item, so it's quite a bit of AP. It's 60, but it's not amazing.
This is for, so I mean, it's the attack speed, obviously the AP great, but it's the cooldown. So it's full split push, shrooms everywhere. I have cooldown in my runes, so every time I level up, I get more cooldown. So this has helped me get 40% cooldown, so I can just cover the map.
Yep, no, I understand why you have the Nashers. Now, if you look at Nashers, it does have an on-hit effect,
Yep.
right? The on-hit effect, the only real use of it, because you're committing 100% to the split push, is laning phase and just being a nuisance when people like come and chase you, like trolling people. But that passive, actually, in terms of gold value, doesn't get utilized. Okay, so that is a power sink in your build in terms of slot efficiency. You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like each slot could be a certain amount of stats per gold value, and some items make other items better, so that makes it worth it. But sometimes, like, if you don't have any items supporting it, it's a waste of gold.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Mhm.
So Nash's Tooth is a supportive item. So now what it supports in this build is it supports your Hurricane.
And
And it supports your Shrooms, and it supports your Toxic Shot,
Yeah.
and it supports Leandries, I believe. I believe Toxic Shot sits off Leandries. I'm not sure though. Let me
No.
look. Can I read Leandries, please?
No. It's only when it's Magic Pen, but it's slowed. They have to. It's only when it's slowed. So Toxic Shot doesn't do it.
No, it doesn't. No.
But it does when. That's why I had the Frozen Mallet, because that does then proc the injuries.
Mm.
But it's more of a team fighting thing.
Yeah. So okay, so it doesn't synergize with Leandries. So so Leandries is supporting your Shrooms.
Yeah.
Okay, so your Nashor's Tooth doesn't support the Shroom's damage; it just supports the rate of your Shrooms.
Well, it gives a little bit of AP to it, but yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so if we were to just hypothetically, okay, like theorycraft wise, if you were to swap that out for a Morello,
Yeah.
right, you'd be getting more AP.
Yeah.
You'd be getting the same amount of cooldown reduction. You'd be getting more mana regen, which means that you can change your rune page a little bit, right, to compensate for that. And you would be getting the healing debuff, and you would be spending less money.
But I don't have the attack speed.
But you don't get the attack speed, and you don't get the on hit,
Yeah.
right? So the value in Nashers over Morello for Teemo is the attack speed. Now, how much attack speed do you need?
Well, when I'm splitting, I like my attack speed.
Yeah, but how much attack speed do you need? How much attack speed do you actually need for split push?
As much as possible. I don't know.
No, well, like as much as possible really won't, because a Hurricane is already 70% attack speed, right?
Yeah. That's
So
it. Yeah.
So if you were to do something like just hypothetically here, if you were to take attack speed into your rune page, because
Yeah.
attack speed are actually one of the better scaling runes. Movement speed is the best scaling runes, but attack speed is one of the best scaling runes. So it's really good to take. Their mana regen isn't good scaling at all, right? So like, because late into the game, mana regen really doesn't matter, right? Super late. So um, you can compensate. You can replace Dasher 2 with Morello, take attack speed into your runes, so you can get enough attack speed to push, right? So how many? Do you know how many auto attacks it takes you to kill a turret when you're like level 13?
No,
How long does it take you?
I don't know.
Okay, so what we're gonna focus on here is we're gonna focus on refining your laning phase and your build to um, to be efficient for split pushing. Okay,
Okay, I
like
also want to know what.
specifically, 100%. Right now, we're gonna work from split pushing because that's what you do. That's what you're good at,
Yeah,
right? So like we're gonna figure that out. Like if one of your auto attacks does as much damage as 3 auto attacks, right, to a turret, right? Would you rather have the 3 attack, like the extra attack speed, right? Or would you rather have that damage that does it really quickly?
sure. Whatever takes it faster.
Exactly. So we're basically going to be balancing that out. I really, really, really do think you don't value Lichbane enough.
Yeah, I don't like Lichbane. Hold on, let me look at it
So
again. I don't feel powerful with it. Where I had it. Oh no, where is it? Bane.
mm,
Ability power, movement speed, mana.
okay, so it does 75% of your base attack damage plus 50% of your ability power, right? So you'll be doing about you'll have Lichbane, Death Cow, Void Staff. How much AP is Void Staff? I think it's 80. I'm not sure.
70 with
70.
35.
Percent. Okay, so 150 plus. So you have 270. So 135. Yeah, you'll be doing an additional 135 AP damage to a turret. So I'm
But
factoring. Sorry.
when I'm using the active on the Lichbane, right?
Yeah, but also one thing like that you may not know is your AP actually does factor into your auto attack damage on turrets. Right? It's not
Okay.
only your attack damage, it does scale off of AP,
Yeah.
right? So that way like a mid laner if they're attacking a turret, they're not doing 20 damage to it, you know, because
Yeah.
they're not building AD.
Yeah.
Right? So like just the fact that you're building AP and then the fact that you're building a Lich Bane which like amplifies it. So the fact that you have AP affects how hard you're hitting the turret and the fact that you have a Lich Bane affects it. So what we're gonna figure out here during this game is if Lich Bane is worth it right now. Okay? So the build path that we're gonna go for here, right, is we're still gonna go for the Hurricane Rush. Okay?
Yeah.
But then we're gonna go into something a bit different here. We're gonna go into either one of two things, a Morello or a Zonius.
So you don't like the on hit of the Nashers, eh?
Well, it's not that I don't like it, but in terms of what is more effective, I don't know. I honestly cannot say which one would be better in this scenario because it's such a niche scenario that we actually have to take the time to test it out. In terms of safety, in terms of being able to like protect yourself and things like that, Lich Bane is 100% better because people will get popped by a shroom, right? And then you'll just auto W, auto blinding dart, or like auto blinding dart auto, and you'll get 2 Lich Bane procs, you'll get 3 autos, and you'll get a blind on them, right? Then they'll die. There's not a lot of people who can survive from it, unless they're tanks. So, one of the things that you're lacking is with this build is squishy, like is the ability to blow up squishies, right? Like a squishy person, like let's say they have a Zed on their team, right? If a Zed gets hit by a shroom, right, you should not be dying to Zed. You know what I mean? Like Zed, if that shit hit that, you should be able to just like auto blind him. Right, or blind auto him, and you should die. from your poison damage, from your blind damage, from the shroom damage.
Yeah, with this build, unless I'm going up against the EDC, or I see somebody's like half health, then I'm not fighting. If they come,
Exactly.
then I'm going somewhere else.
Exactly. But now, flip the switch here. Imagine how much pressure you would have if they couldn't, like, if the answer to your strategy wasn't just send somebody up there, right? Because if you're doing your strategy and they send somebody up there and you run away, even though you deterred them, even though you're a minor inconvenience, they still effectively counterplayed your strategy to a degree, right? But if they were to send somebody and you were to just kill them and then you were to just go invisible for a bit and then just like be a nuisance again, like that starts to put more pressure onto them. Right, you see? So we're just going to make a new build here. It's going to be Hurricane into Zonia or Morello. Now, basically, the only time you'll be building your Zonia, the only time that this is actually going to happen is you're going to be building it when you're facing a trouble 80 top. So if you're facing a Gnar and you're taking way too much damage from them and you need a little bit of armor to get you past in the laning phase, that's what you get. Okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I usually, by the time I get Runons and then my shoes, my boots,
Yeah.
laning phases are if the guy's leaving, right, or I'm leaving.
Yeah, but, like, laning phase ending doesn't really affect Teemo because he's forever in laning phase, right? Not really, but he's always there and applying pressure. He's always farming.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I'm trying to avoid the fighting unless I have teammates with me.
Yeah, but you can't avoid fighting if people are gonna fight you, right? So you have to be prepared. And the whole thing is like you're not actually fighting somebody if they walk in a shroom and you auto blind them.
Yeah. That's
so.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying build to fight in lane.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like if your opponent is giving you a hard time, you need to build appropriately, right? Like if you're facing a Zed top, you have to build the Zonias because at level 6 he can 100 to 0 100% of the cast. Every single character at level 6. Regardless of what item they can get, like they can build 2 cloth armors even if they need to, he can 100 to 0 you, right? If he does everything correctly, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to buy in order for you to survive, you need to buy the Zonia's item, so the cloth armor part, the what's it called? Seeker's Arm Guard. Yeah. So you're supposed to buy Seeker's Arm Guard, and then as soon as he lands, blind him, right? And if you do that, you'll survive at like 200 HP. But you actually have to do that. So yeah, you only build Zonias if you need to do that. So it'll be Hurricane into Morello.
Hurricane into Morello. Wow. Well, boots first, right? Hurricane boots.
Yeah, boots. Honestly, you build whenever, like in green items. So, like if you have, let's say like 1,300 gold or whatever, right? You'd get the book part of Morellonomicons, you get the Fiendish Codex, and then you get your level 1 boots, right? And then after that, you'd finish your Morellonomicon and your boots. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go there now. So right now you have Hurricane, Morellonomicon, and
You take
Sorcerer's boots. Yeah, you're taking out.
Oh, it's killing me with the sword boots, man. It's so slow. Oh. I love my speed, man.
You can even get the green enchantment.
It's not enough, man. Even swiftness with the green enchantment is not enough.
I think it's enough. I think you just want too much.
I want too much, man. For the play style, it works, man. I'm telling you, it works. I can get around.
But you are building Luden's Echo as well.
No, I'm not. Oh, this is your build. I'm not doing. This is your old build.
Yeah, you will be building Luden's Echo. So if you look at both Lichbane and Luden's Echo,
gives me movement
speed. They both give you a lot of movement speed.
Oh, Warren, it's so stressful, these things, man. Oh, okay. Well, I'm willing to try. You just killed. I wanted to talk about ZZ Rot today, and now we're killing it.
Well, we might be able to fit it in. Like, if you're able to build pop ability with 4 items rather, we could fit a ZZ Rot portal, right? So you need a Void Staff. You have a Lich Bane, so wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Death. So yeah, so your build will be Hurricane, Morello, Sorcerer's Boost, Luden's Echo, Lich Bane. Wait,
No
1, 2,
injuries.
3,
My mushrooms are gonna suck.
6, 7.
Well, if I sell my boots, then I get death cap, right? But
Yeah, I'm just thinking here. Okay, so you need Morello for. No, this build doesn't. Okay, so this build doesn't support
no
the
injuries.
Hurricane. I'm looking at it right now and it doesn't support the Hurricane. Like everything's building like empowering your shrooms, so it's not well balanced. So what we'll do is we'll do Hurricane, Nashers.
Hey, I'm liking that. I like my Hurricane Nashers.
Yeah, but like the bad thing about Hurricane Nashers is that you're garbage when you get these items. Like you can't fight anybody, you can't do anything.
I'm
Right?
okay with that, though.
All you can do is be a nuisance.
That's fantastic.
Right. As much as I understand that, you're going like you're gonna completely lose once you get to a higher level because people are just gonna camp you once you build these items, right? If you're rushing a Hurricane and a jungler hits tab and sees that, their job is to camp top.
Well,
Because
if he's camping top, then it frees up my other teammates to do their thing.
well, not really because like now effectively it's a 5v4. Right? Because when it gets to the mid game, when it gets to the point where everybody's rotating and stuff, you're now starved, right? You don't have a lot of gold, right? And your shrooms don't do any damage because you don't have any AP items, right? So like the jungler can build a magic resist item and walk top because you rushed Hurricane, and then after that you rush a Nashers. So now your shrooms don't do damage, so he can add this to his clear. He can just rush a Spirit Visage, for example, or a Banshees or something. Walk top and clear all your shrooms.
Yeah.
Back to base, right? And gank you or rinse and repeat, right? You can just undo everything that you've done. And if you're a strategist, right, you can't just create a strategy and make that your playstyle that only beats players that are bad. You know, like your playstyle can't be a style that only beats bad players. It should be a consistent style. Now you can have techniques and things that you add to it that just punish people for being bad. You know, like, oh, they're doing this wrong, right? I can do this. I can add to it, but that shouldn't be the core of your style. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I built Leandri's third is so the shrooms do more, so they can't just clear them out.
Luden's Echo does more damage on shrooms than Leandri's.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. So.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Math was done. There's a Reddit post on it. Luden's Echo does more damage for shrooms. Luden's Echo takes over the damage when you have over 300 and it's like 80 something AP. Where you have to have a certain amount of AP in order for Leandri's to do more damage. So what I would say is replace the Leandri's in that part of the build with Luden's Echo. Right, and then in addition to that,
that's shocking.
Yeah. Okay, so we will, and like you're gonna be getting Sork boots in this build here.
Oh, thought I could avoid the Sork boots. That's so sad.
Okay, so
Warren, man, this is painful. Okay.
Okay, so and for
ZZ
now,
Rod.
for now we'll stick with the Z Rod just to see if it works for you. Like, it doesn't synergize with the build at all, but if the
Yeah.
damage is high enough, right, we can support it. But if not, that's gonna be Leander's,
Well,
right?
the damage from the spawns only ups with your level. It's their armor. Like the armor, their defense plays
A
off
lot of
of
items there.
your armor plays off of their armor plays off of your armor, but the damage that the things do is only based off of your level.
Hmm. You like if you were to go Sword Boots, Nourishers, Luden's Echo, Hurricane, Voice Staff, Death Cap, like if that was your build, it would be really solid. But I cannot agree to having Hurricane and ZZ Raw Portal in the same build. They're both power sinks. They're yeah.
Okay. You know
So
what?
choose one. Choose
For
one.
this one, for the new test, we're gonna take out ZZ Rot. I knew Warren wouldn't like it, and we'll go this.
And you got to choose one. If you have strategies, right? That's fine, but you can't buy like 3 strategy items. Right? You gotta, if you have a strategy, you gotta pick one and you gotta go with it. You gotta commit.
What did we take? What else did we take out?
Sorry, you don't take out ZZ Rod. I noticed that you had a second item too late, so Leandry's isn't there.
No, I had Leanne just right here.
No, but look at the items. There's 7 items there.
Yeah, I sell my boots and get Death Cat.
Okay, so your build should be just like everything with that cap, right? And then sell your um, sell your boots to get Leandry's.
Oh, you want Leandris as the last item?
Yes. For now, right? And if you want to do it the other way in games, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's like a very, very small difference. But the difference is when you have Death Cap, just having that in your inventory creates fear. Whereas when people see Leanders, there's no fear. You can use that to your advantage or disadvantage. Okay, so create a custom, because I'm at a black screen right now, and invite me.
Man, you killed my ZZ Rod.
We have
Very sad. Very sad, Warren. Create a custom. My excitement has dropped off, man. Okay, I invited you.
Cool.
So I guess my runes are the same. Yeah, I still need the mana regen.
Yeah, runes for now, we'll just focus on your build, but runes for now are a wonder. We'll see exactly what you need. Who did you like to face? Who do you face a lot?
Oh my god, you know who smoked me? Annie. I don't face Annie ever, but she killed me last game.
Yeah, and it's a hard counter to team also.
Who do I face a lot? Top?
Mhm.
The ones that I face a lot aren't necessarily bad. The ones that I struggle against are Cho'Gath.
Just let me know like who you face against regularly, right? So I can just help you with the matchup even better, even more.
Let's look at my history. I get Darius. Darius is good.
Okay. How often do you face a Darius?
I just faced a Darius in my last game. I went up against Darius, and I went against Annie. I went up against Gnar, which is weird. I don't usually get Gnar. I went up against Mundo. Who was that one? Malphite. Cho'Gath. I don't know. It hasn't been consistent.
Yeah, so I'll be Mundo.
Okay.
Just because actually I have a page for him.
Okay. Mundo it is. I have 0 health in this build too until I get to Leandry's. Ah, my ZZ Rock portal. I don't know, Warren. We'll see. I might sneak it in. We'll have to see. The sword
But
boots.
right now we're just getting like the situation figured out, like exactly, like do you need attack speed or do you need damage, like what the balance is for your split push, because
At
like,
what point in the game? In the beginning?
well, right now we're gonna focus on our laning phase, right? But we're also gonna be building and stuff like that. But once it gets to the 15-minute mark and stuff like that, we're gonna check how much damage it takes you to kill a turret,
Okay.
right? And we'll see, because like attack speed doesn't really contribute to killing a turret. So you going like Hurricane Nashers, you're still gonna be top for a while, right? You might be hitting it fast, but you're doing 40 damage each hit, like 60 damage each hit. It's not contributing. Whereas if you were to build an AP item instead of that, that would have increased your item by like 100% or 120%.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm building a ring to start.
Yep.
Which gives me a little bit, and I have a little bit of AP in my runes.
I have the wrong mastery page, but that's okay. Okay, so the two things I want you to focus on here.
I'm very excited because now recurve bow has damage. I can't wait to build my first recurve bow.
So what I want you to focus on here is getting all the CS and just focus on autoing me whenever your caster gets low and then walk into a bush.
Oh yeah, I don't do that well enough. Ah, recurve bow's 1100 now? Come on!
Yeah, because it does damage. They don't buff things and not increase the gold value.
Jeez, man, now I can't backflip at 1100? Holy cow. Why does Timo have a knife when he goes invisible?
'Cause he's Satan.
Timo doesn't have a knife in his kit.
Just wants to shank people? I don't know. Timo's weird. Why does Mundo have a briefcase and a phone?
Well, you're corporate Mundo. He throws his briefcase.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw papers. I saw papers. Mundo's in the bush. Oh, boo! Boo! You're not supposed to look at my screen, man.
I'm not, actually. It's because last time I told you that that's what you should do, so I knew exactly.
Boo! That's some cheese right there. Some Mundo cheese.
Outplayed, coaching outplays.
Mundo cheese, man.
Okay, so whenever your allied casters get low, you need to auto attack me and get into a bush, okay? Because I literally can't do anything to you. So I want you to be standing on top of your melee minions here. Auto me, walk into the bush. Okay, you canceled it too soon. So here, you should be autoing me and walking into a bush. Good. Remember to walk into the bush after you auto me. Good job. Now that auto, second auto, okay. That was good, but like, okay, so there are 3 points where you can attack me, okay? While I'm walking up, you can attack me. While I'm hitting the creep, and while I'm walking away. Those are the 3 separate events, okay?
Yeah.
So, if you see that I have to walk a long distance to get a creep, auto attack me on the way and start walking, and then while I'm hitting it, spin around and hit me, and then go into the bush immediately. And then while I'm leaving, walk out, auto attack me, and then hit me again. It's a lot more difficult to use the bush and to hit me while I'm walking. So, like you blinding darted a minion.
I know. I was gonna lose it. It was a cannon minion.
But like, you should have been in better position so that you could have like just last hit it and then hit me.
I agree.
You know? So click on the minion. Remember, have the HP in the top left. When the HP gets lower, there shouldn't be any pressure for you to CS it, right? Like when the HP just gets lower than your attack damage, last hit it. So here, when you're under tower, you want to stand here.
Where?
Right? Oh, so right in that area, right? Or where you were as well. And every single time I go for a caster minion, just just wail on me. Like, you don't even have to attack a bush. You see like how I can't do anything? Like, you're not taking turret aggro, you're not... See? I literally can't lane. See this? Get a flash auto there.
Thought about it, but yeah.
Okay, so back to base and buy. How much gold do you have?
1,200.
1,200. Okay, so buy Recurve, bro. Okay, so now what I want you to do is to make an adaptation. Okay. So basically, this is after your first back. You're facing a melee top laner. Okay, you're facing and you recognize that I literally cannot do a single thing to you. Okay? So your focus during that back was to get vision. So I need you to write this down, to get wards. Right? And to make sure that you don't get ganked, but you're just pushing the lane. You're constantly auto-attacking the lane, and you're pushing it to my turret. Then when I'm under turret, you're harassing me. You're not fearing the jungler at all. Right? Because even if the jungler comes, it's one-on-one. You understand why?
Yeah.
Because you're pinning me to my turret. So attack these minions and attack me. So you should be attacking me here, because I can't do anything. Remember to bushwhack as well. So you see how I'm standing up to these minions, how I'm doing that? You need to be walking up and zoning me off of this. Right? Don't give me any options. You're a strategist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, take away all my options. Now start hitting me and walk away. Yeah, good. Make sure, poison ticks, right? Make sure you don't take any poison. That was 2 auto attacks. There's time, you have to recognize. So what I want you to do to vocalize when you're gonna punish me, vocalize the auto attacks, and just say 1 or 2 or 1 or 2. Okay. I want you to at least be getting double auto attack punishes when I do stuff. So vocalize it. Go for it.
Okay.
You place a shroom here, don't you? Okay. There we go.
Lines.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for. Okay, so auto. Okay. On this creep, I want you to auto blind me. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Okay, so position here. You're positioned a little passively, for my HP. If you were to get ganked here, right, without a mid laner, right, all you need to do is just kill me, right? Even if you traded, you would deny all the farm top, right? If you're playing like this, even if you get camped all day, you're just denying their top laner, because their top laner can actually lane against you, right? So.
I love this recurve bow with damage, man.
Stand here. Or here. You're standing so far back, right, that I'm getting experience. Okay? So, let me... I wish he didn't kill me there. You're waiting for me to step up into you. Right? And, I get it. That's that's associated with your passive nature.
Yeah.
But Teemo's the wrong character for that style. You need to actually get in my face. Against Mundo. There are matchups like Gnar and stuff like that where it's a bit more volatile. Right? But look, so push all the way to my second turret. Like next time when we're practicing, don't just push the turret down. We want to extend the laning phase as long as possible
Oh, okay.
so we can practice. But come to this area, like my tier 2. Right, so obviously you place a shroom here so nobody can come there. So here. But okay, so can I pause this? That's just a pause request. Okay. Um Okay, so here, like, where are you right now?
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, so come back. Don't back to base, please.
Oh, I'm already back.
Okay.
I'm coming though.
All right. What items did you buy?
Hurricane.
Okay, so after Hurricane, what's your next item?
I got Hurricane and Boots, tier 1.
Good.
After Hurricane is going to be Nashers and
Sork boots.
Sork Boots. Usually it's Sork Boots. Usually it's my Boots next. But
Kind of build them at the same time. They kind of happen at the same time. Okay, so come to my turret, okay? You should be constantly, and I want you to use this, like, strategy there, like at the top of your turret, I want you to translate it, but you want to be constantly keeping awareness of the jungler and teetering in this area. Stop hitting me, please. Stop
okay,
hitting me, please.
yeah.
You want to be like this. You want to be standing here, and you want to be like, because if I'm under the turret, okay. So think about this logically, okay? Stop everything right now. You can farm, but just listen to me.
Yeah.
But if I'm given a situation where I have to farm under turret,
Yeah.
right, and deal with your harass,
Yeah.
I have to multitask.
Right.
Right? Whereas when I'm not under turret, I'm not on a clock, so I can pace it as I want to. The only clock I have is a minion damage, which is really easy to pace it. But turrets are very, very, like, strict timing.
Yeah.
So that turrets give you an opening as range. Now, how much range do you have? You have something like 525, 500.
It's a bit extended with the Hurricane.
Yeah, slightly with the Hurricane if you're hitting a minion, like another minion. Like it doesn't just increase your base auto attack.
No,
rate.
no, it's only if I hit something.
Yeah, but basically, like, you have enough movement speed and attack range to step in, auto attack, step out of the turret range that you should be abusing that mechanic. Like, I'll give you just a Riven mechanic. You know how Riven has a shield?
Kind of.
On her E. So Riven has a shield on her E. So basically, what she does with that shield is she will E in, right, hit you, and use the shield to take the tower damage, and then get out. You want to be using that to your advantage. When you're facing melees, in order to shut them down, you just push them to turret, right, and you attack them underneath the turret. That gets them out of lane effectively. You won't be killing them, but you don't want that. You already told me that that's not what you like to do.
Right.
So the best way to deal with that is to pressure them under turret, because they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right? That's with melee top laners. Melee top laners, you can't do anything. Now, melee top laners with good all-in, you have to be a little bit more respectful for. You still push them to tower, but you have to respect their gap closers. Right? For example, Maokai and Zhao Wukong.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to respect their damage, but other than that, you're good. Now what we want to do here, like, I just want you to go around and, like, farm the map. Like, so go mid here, take the wave there, take the jungle everywhere. When stuff gets top, go there, right? I just want you to get all the items you need right now. So I want you to get Lichbane, and Nashers. Wait, what was the third item we said you were getting?
I don't think Lichbane I don't think Lichbane's in the build. Is it in the build?
I am not sure.
No, I think we took it out.
Okay.
Looting Zeko.
Right. So yeah, those two items. Okay. Nashers and Ludens.
But you don't want me attacking towers.
No, not yet. Just farm everything. Because if you attack towers, the minions will just push harder. So, like, I have to wave clear and all that kind of stuff. Go to like you should always go to a lane to clear it, and then go to
Yeah,
the
I'm going
jump lane.
bottom. I'm going bottom. Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
Destroyed it before my TP could get there.
Teleport to
What's that?
minion.
Oh, these sword boots are so slow, man.
We'll see. The only reason you're not getting there on time is because you teleport to a down turret. Don't blame the boots.
Yeah, well, that's something else.
You can't brush that off. That's huge. You can't let minions defeat your strategy. Like
Hey, it happens sometimes, bro. Who's destroying my turret? Oh, Mundo's going mid now.
I'm just stacking a wave so you can come take it, so come rotate me. Pop your W if you can. Did you do dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you took so long. I was saying come mid because I stacked a huge wave for you.
Oh. I was just trying to get some extra gold here.
25?
Is that all it gives you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so dragon no longer gives you gold anymore.
Oh,
It only
crap.
gives you gold for killing, right? It only get like the only global gold or the only gold it gives you is that it gives you global buffs. That's what it gives. It doesn't give global gold anymore. Baron still gives global gold. That patch happened a long time ago. Yeah, farm this. What do you have right now? You're at 479 movement speed, and you're telling me you're slow? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's slow, man.
I'm at 396.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's not. It's not comparison.
Yeah.
I want to be able to get around faster, bro.
You are getting around faster.
No, not fast enough, man. Oh,
Way more than enough.
not
And,
even close to being enough.
so, build your Luden's Echo.
No, Nashers.
Or, wait, you don't have Nash's yet?
Almost.
You can kill me, by the way. Like, you can farm me.
Only 530 with my W, man.
Only 530, he said.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
How much do you get with mobility?
I don't know. I don't actually pay attention to it. It just feels slow. It feels slower than my normal.
Yes. Okay, how much movement speed do you have right now?
479 base.
Okay. So your attack speed's good. It's on 1.79. Typically, you want to be ending your attack speed bills at about 1.8 when you're not on an 80 carry. So it's
Okay,
1.6 to 1.8.
now I'm 1.86.
That's huge. So now do you how much gold until your Ludens?
I just backed and got Nashers and started the Luden's Echo.
Okay. But how much gold do you need more? How much more gold do you need?
For what? For Luden's Echo?
Yes.
I have no idea. I've got 1,000. Oh, let me see. I need 2250 for Luden's Echo.
20 dose 50. Okay.
I like the little bit of movement speed buff though from the start of the Luden's Echo. I'm feeling a little more now.
Well, what we're going to compare here is the difference of movement speed with Stork Boots and Luden's Echo, with just your mobility. Because if it's only like a difference of like 10 or like even 20, right? 20 would be a little bit more, but like 10 to 15, I would 100% say the Magic Pen and like the damage and all that 100% outweighs the movement speed buff.
Right.
You know, like, but like you're getting movement speed from it, so why not take advantage of that? Okay, how much gold are you getting from me?
I had 300 on the last one.
Okay, so you can kill me here. How much was that?
Oops, I didn't look. But I got enough to go get Luden's.
Okay, good.
Luden's and a tome.
Okay. So how much movement speed do you have?
With my W was 554, now it's 493.
493 movement speed. Okay. So
544 with my W.
So 493 movement speed. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to go mid
Okay.
or bottom or
Yeah.
top. Either one's good. And I want you to see how many hits it'll take you to take this tower down. It's at half HP. I'll stop the minions from getting there. Okay, so you're here. Just push these creeps. And see how many hits it'll take. Now you play, like, use your Lich Bane. So auto attack.
I don't have Lich Bane.
Use a skill, or
4,
sorry,
5, 6, 6.
so 6. So it takes you 12 auto attacks. Okay.
12 auto attack, 6.
Well, it was at half HP.
Oh, I see, okay, right.
Right. So takes 12 auto attacks for you to hit a turret at this when you have like these items. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's to hit an inner turret without the shield. So it may take you up to 14. So what's your attack speed at right now?
Attack speed is 195.
195. So you do almost 2 attacks per second. Right. So you effectively take a turret in 6 seconds.
It's pretty good, no?
Okay. Yeah, that is really good. right? So basically, because like all you have to like look at all the turrets, right? The only turrets that actually heal damage, right, is the inners, right? Anything that's inside of the base, those heal damage. Everything else doesn't heal. The outer one, so the one you just took down, it does get a shield. But once you take that shield away, it takes a while to regenerate, and it doesn't actually heal the like. You understand?
Yeah.
So once you get this build, right, you can spend you can just go to a turret and like just tank the shots for 3 seconds,
Right.
right? Like try it. Like go to this turret right now that's really low and just AFK kill it.
Which one?
Bot lane.
Bot lane?
My bot lane turret. Go there, right, and just auto attack it. Here, I should actually go there and stop the creep from getting there before you. But just try to get there and just ninja the turret. Just walk past me, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so you didn't even lose. Like, you could actually, at these items, you could just solo walk up to a turret, right, and kill it.
Yeah.
Okay? So now what I want you to do, like, just based on this build, okay, and based on this new strategy that we've come up with, right, I actually want you to change your build, right? So what do we have next for your items?
Void Staff, and then Death Cap, and then Leandries.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I
bought my Void Staff, and I bought a Blasting Wand.
Okay, so I'm actually going to finish my Spirit Visage. Okay, and I guess I could get that. Okay. So what do you have right now? You have your Void Staff?
Yep. Void Staff, Blasting Wand.
Okay, so could you just really quickly, instead of the Death Cap, build a Lichbane actually?
Instead of Death Cap, you want
Yeah,
Lich
just
Bane?
for a test, just to show you something. Okay.
Does it build out of Blasting Wand?
No, it doesn't, but it may set you back a bit, but that's fine.
Okay, then I'll have to sell my boots.
No, like you could just sell the Blasting one for now.
Oh, sell the Blasting Wand.
Yeah, this is a test. This is just a test. I'm so used to just like, cause for me, like Lichbane is core. By the way, I have 3 armor items or magic resist items,
Okay.
and your shroom did 300 damage to me.
Okay.
So that's huge, just so you know. Shrooms do a lot of damage without Leandries.
Okay, I need 700 more gold to get the...
Yeah, what?
I need 700 more gold to get...
Okay, so what time is? Okay. What time is it in the game? It's 30 minutes. No, it takes too long for you to spawn. You should just be able to farm a couple waves, jungle.
Yeah, I'm doing jungle camps.
Remember to like Scuttle is about 100 gold. Like it's 62, I think. So
Yeah.
really good.
I mean, Lichman gives me more speed, so I'm 493 now. base.
Do you have Lichman?
No, not yet. Almost.
Yeah,
After
you'll
this
be in the
wave, I should.
500s. You'll be in the 500s.
Okay, I'm gonna back and get Lichbane. Okay. I got Lichbane,
Oh,
and I
Come
still
here.
have my
come
boots.
to where I am. Don't sell your boots. Just come here.
Okay. So if I sell my boots, I would get not Leandrews,
Shit,
but
that did a lot more damage.
what?
Well, because you bought an item, I just stepped on a shroom. I'm like, that did more damage.
Okay, what am I doing? Attacking you?
Nope. Walk with me. Just walk with me.
Oh, don't kill the minions or no?
Nope.
Oh, just come with you. Okay.
Yeah, like, go to my turn and 1v1 it and see if you can do it. Remember to use your Lich Bane. Just watch the cooldown of it, right? And just use a skill whenever like you see it available.
My only skill is okay.
Your Shroom, your Blind, and your W. You can use blinding on minions. Okay, so walk away now. Walk away now. Walk away now. So you see how like you walked away a little too late, but you could have got it just a bit. Like you could have taken half of your HP, right, to deal half HP. Now the thing about those turrets is, and there's a reason they did it, right, is that they ramp up in damage.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And that they heal, right? So basically what you could do, right, a lot to this turret, is just walk in and do 2 auto attacks, and when you see the damage ramp up, walk immediately out of its range,
And then back in.
right, and then back in.
Yeah.
Right? And you can keep doing that, and then you could like just go stealth. Like, are you here still, or did you back to base?
No, I didn't back. I'm bot lane now.
Okay, so come back. So this is just for mid lane stuff. Like these are all tactics, right?
Yeah.
If you want, like the whole point of Teemo is just to be like a tactician kind of thing. So that's like that's a strength for you. But like, if you know that they don't have a ward, you're coming mid, right?
Yeah, I'm in now.
Okay. So if you know that they're coming mid, right, and you do that, right, you can stealth here, right, like in this area. As long as minions don't see you, like as long as their vision doesn't see you, like you clear everything and you just stealth here,
Yeah.
right? And then if you stealth, like, you see these gates here?
Yeah.
They're huge, right? So basically, like, if you come here, right, if I go here, right, stay outside of this gate, I can't see you,
Okay.
right? And like, even though like a minion's there or whatever, like because of the fog, I can't see you. Now, because that minion saw you, I can see you. So
Okay.
as long as the minions are clear, they're there. So if you were to stand here, invisible, just right here, like literally just right here,
Yeah.
invisible, right? And their support comes out, insta kill, right? You line up your shrooms here and you go invisible, right? And a squishy steps on it, insta
Yeah.
kill, right? So that right there is something you should look for when people are trying to stop you from split pushing. Like you're applying pressure, so when you're like taking this tower, like doing your damage to the tower and everything, right? And you notice people backing the base, right? Start walking down this way, right? And just stealth here, right? If you die, right, what you need to note is that they had vision on you somehow,
Right.
right? So like somehow they saw you go stealth there.
Right.
So, and you have to be like, okay, I need to figure out why they had vision there, right? So you go in the replay, and if you see they had a ward, you'd be like, well, they had a ward, right? That will not, I guarantee you, that will not happen very often. They only start wording out here when a team starts sieging it because they're trying to like disengage from a siege. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah. As a person who comes up with strategies on my own and stuff like that, you want to be good. Now I'm gonna show you another trap to get kills, okay? So you're there. So if they have a jungler who's not building magic resist. Okay? So meet me in Baron Pit, please.
Meet you where?
Baron Pit.
Baron Pit. Okay, I'm close.
So okay, so come. Oh, that damage.
That was a one shot.
Yeah, it was. So the obvious play, right, is to shroom here,
Shroom where?
right?
That
Inside the
bush?
bush. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, okay.
It's the place to shroom in there. Right? That is, you have the auto attack thing on, don't you?
Yeah, always, man.
So it's the shroom in there, but right, the trap that you do,
Yeah.
right, is you invis right here.
Okay.
Okay, so you place your shroom right here. Now what you have to do is basically know that red is coming up. Right, you have to have knowledge that red is coming up. So you know, like based on like if they start blue, that they should be coming up at around the 8:30 mark, for example.
Okay.
Right, and then every 6 minutes in addition to that, so 12:30, etc., etc., etc. Stop attacking me, please. So
Well, that
if,
was one auto attack. It's pretty big, eh?
it's huge, and look at my items. I have a lot of magic resist. It's not like I'm not like doing a lot. Like your build is actually more effective as it is in general. So I'm just trying to teach you like how to pick up. Like, and the reason you stealth here instead of stealthing like up here or something like that is because you deny the run path instantly.
Okay.
Right? Like, so come stand here, right? Like there and go stealth. Okay, so watch. Pretend I'm a Jungle Mundo, okay? So I walk up and I get hit by this shroom. My instant reaction is to walk away, right? But you're in my path,
Yeah.
right? So like, that's a gib you can do, okay? Now, if you're doing this, right, it's called a gib, right? You have two options, okay? You either run away through somebody, so run away through their top laner, or through their mid laner. So typically you want to run through the mid laner because like your mid laner can support you, right? Or you could just go to a place and go invisible. Right, can you back while invisible? Some characters can, some characters can't.
No, I don't think so. I could try though.
Yeah, just go invisible in base and then start backing. I don't think you can because that would be really ridiculous, but
No.
yeah.
No, I turned back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now what I want you to do, right, is I want you to sell Luden's Echo and Lichbane and get mobility. How much movement speed do you have right now?
447. Well, I sold my boots, that's why.
447. How much did you have without it?
I don't remember.
Okay, so go sell your death cap and buy sword boots again. With the enchantment. I think it's you had 493 before you got Lichbane, but you didn't report speed after that.
Okay.
The whole point here is to actually get the numbers to back up your builds, right?
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want me to do? I'm selling my death cap?
Right, you're getting sorcerer boots and you're getting the green enchantment. Okay, stay there though. Make sure you don't move outside because you're gonna be refunding.
503. 503.
Right, so you have 503. Okay. So now what you want to do, like you have the green enchantment as well.
Yeah.
Right. Now what you want to do is you want to sell your Luden's Echo and your Lichbane, and you want to get mobility boots with the green enchantment.
Okay. Mobility boots. Mobility boots. And I'm selling Luden's Echo?
Everything that gives you movement speed.
What? And now I have 480. How is that possible? I have 489. I didn't even sell my Luden's Echo or Lichbane.
Hmm?
That's weird. Can I undo that? No.
No, it's because you don't. Wait.
Oh, there we go. 544. Okay.
So
The-
544.
I
Okay.
had to wait the 6 seconds or whatever. Okay, so 544. Sell Ludenzeco and sell Lichbane,
Mhm.
and it's 517.
517. Okay, so you're at a 503 with the 2 items, and you're at a 517 without it.
Mhm.
Okay, so there are 2 things to consider here. Firstly, you get your movement speed spike a little bit later.
Right.
Like if you're going like the other items to assist it. Okay, now if movement speed is really that important to you, like if it's like really stress, like you need movement speed, take it in your masteries and take the runes for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's not for this. It's not a huge difference, but then it relies on me having to get Ludenzeco and Lichbane.
Yeah, but like you're doing way more damage, right? So you have instant pop potential. You have a lot more traps. You just have a lot more you can do with this build, in general. Right? You can still do the same thing you're doing. You can actually do more. You can 1v1 towers, at least doubters, right? With 3 items, you can just walk up to them, right, and just spend 3 seconds on them, right, and then leave, and then do it again. You know, so like if you look on the map and you see that they're like sieging, right, and a tower is close to you, just walk up to it and get some damage on it. You know, because you can't do anything. But if you keep on doing that little by little, right, you'll start winning the game. It's just judgment calls from there on. Whereas
So no Leandries.
right, no Leandry. We're gonna use this build for split pushing because that's the strategy we agreed to, right? We're figuring out the build that will split push most effectively, while simultaneously being a threat. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build 80 carry items. You're actually never mind. This game's gonna end. Okay. Here are these. Okay, so I need to clear all of this. Why do you have to keep taking inhibs? We're trying to extend the game. So inhib, like, even bot lane's pushing?
That's what Timo does, is push lanes, bro.
Yeah, but we're practicing. Game's about to end. I don't think I can.
Yeah, I see the power of the Lichbane on the...
It's oh, Mundo's getting a buff. Like Lichbane is basically just like split push power, right? And like it really doesn't. If your strategy is to split push, you build a. Oh, is that like an automatic thing?
What?
GGL.
No, it's just for you. But I usually do.
Yeah. No, I thought it was just like an automatic macro that you had.
Oh, no, it's not automatic.
Okay, so if your strategy is to split push, Lichbane is core. That is certain. Okay, so looking at this build, looking at what you're doing, right? Looking at the strategies that we can apply to actually get you to be more active in games, your build should be what we just came up with the Lichbane, Ludenzeco. That being said, like here, let's just frack. There's no way we can do this. Okay, so what I want you to do in practice is I want you to try a game with this build.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I'll just take it to rank, man.
Yeah. Like you can do it in rank, right?
Yeah.
But you just build a few. But I want you to pay attention. Like the important thing about this is you need to pay attention to. Like you need to pay attention to your minimap. Don't like it can't proc you to think. You can't be thinking like, okay, there are 4 people down in that lane. I can split push. What you need to be thinking, right, is Ashe, Tristana, Corki, and Soraka are down bot lane, right? And their Zed is off the map. Like you need to know the characters. You need to know when they last, like where on the map they last went out of vision.
Yeah.
Add 8 seconds to it, right? And then assume that they're coming to you from base,
Okay.
Right? Do you know why? So you add 8 seconds to it because that's back time,
Okay.
right? And then you just assume they're coming to you from base if they're further than that location. If they're closer, you just assume the closest distance that they could possibly take, right? And you just either walk away or do it. Now, if Zed's coming at you, right, what you want to do is you just want to get in position where Zed cannot walk up to you without getting wrecked. Like, what you could do, okay, and this is, I've seen people do this, right, is they, like, a person is like a minion's about to die, like really, really low health kind of thing, right? So what they do is they go AFK stealth, right, and they make it seem like they didn't think the minion saw them, right? But as soon as the minion dies, they get out and they place 3 shrooms around them, right?
Okay.
Like in a triangle, and then they go invisible again.
Right.
Right? And then the person, like, because they see like a squishy person's coming up, now that squishy person can kill them, right? But you can also kill them with a shroom and a blinding dart.
Yeah.
Right? So they walked up and they stepped into one shroom and they didn't, like, the person didn't react after he stepped on one shroom, but the person turned around, right? Like the Zed or whatever turned around was kind of like they were thinking, okay, he probably just placed a shroom and left, right? After, like, he went invis, or even if he is there, like, I'll die here, right? And then as soon as he turned around, the guy's mentality was not on attacking, it was on running away. So the Teemo went aggressive, right, and got the kill.
Okay.
So
and then the build order, am I doing?
So
So
build
after
order.
Nashers, is it?
You are doing Nashers.
Yeah, and then is it Echo first or bitch,
Bitch.
Lich, Bane, or Deathcap or Void Staff? What's the order with those 4?
Okay, so your core for the build. So these are how builds work. Okay, you have your core, and then even though you have items that you're building all the time, the order in what you build them depends on the scenario. Okay, so if you need your shrooms to do more damage, right, for whatever reason, you'd go Ludens Echo as your 4th item. So your first 3 items, your core would be Hurricane, Sork Boots, and Nashers.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your core, right? That's the order. It gets built at the same time. Like, boots kind of just get built when they get built, but that's your core, right? Your next item, right, will depend on if you need your auto attacks to be empowered. So if you're pushing to turret and you need to take your turret very quickly, right, and your shrooms aren't actually doing anything, like, they have presence, they have stuff, but nobody's stepping on them or anything like that, but you need to take your turret down for whatever reason, because you need to help bottom, you need to, game stays there, you want to go Lichbane. Okay? When people are ganking you, or you need to have a lot of pressure and need to be able to back it up, go Ludens Echo. Okay?
Okay, so those 2 swap is kind of 4-5. And then is it Void Staff Deathcap or Deathcap Void Staff?
So basically, if you're fighting a lot of people, you go Void Staff. Okay, if you're split pushing a lot, right, you go the item you didn't build. So if you didn't build Lichbane, you build a Lichbane. If you didn't build Ludens Echo, you build a Ludens Echo.
Okay.
So
the last item I'm selling for the boots to get to Void Staff or Rabadons.
Right, like.
So if I already have Echo and Lichbane,
hold on.
My next item to be Deathcap or Void Staff?
So we're at Hurricane,
Nashers,
Sork Boots, Ludens Echo,
and Lichbane.
Right? So now you're at your 6th item.
6 and 7, yeah.
Right? So your 6th item would be your Void Staff.
And 7th is
if you haven't built it, right?
Yeah.
And 7th would be your Deathcap. Now the only time you would actually go for the Deathcap, though, right, is when movement speed isn't a factor. Okay? Because having movement speed is super important. In, like, fights, Boots are just important to have in fights, kind of thing. They can handle a lot of problems. But like if they have like 3 squishies or 4 squishies, just tell your boots are a death cap because nobody could deal with you. Like let's say like your last pick, right, and they go a composition with 4 squishy people on them. Just pick Teemo and go that build, and like if you lose, you did something. Like you made a big mistake in the game. Because like Teemo like could like AFK top at that point. And just like people will come to him, but he'll kill all of them. Like 2 of them will walk through a shroom and die, right? And the person who actually does get to you will just die to you.
Okay.
Yeah, this build is like really strong in that regard. Now, what this build does need though, right, is it does need you to play the lane. Like once you get your 4th item, you need to just be pushing all the time.
Oh, as soon as I get the 3rd item, I'm pushing, man. Not even. As soon as I get like 2nd item, I'm pushing.
Right now, that's what I want you to do. I just want you to get a Hurricane and just like AFK push melees under turret. Right, that's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
But when we actually get a little bit more developed.
Yeah.
In this, you're actually going to be switching it. You're going to be getting Nashor's Tooth first, right, or Luden's Echo first, and then Hurricane second. Right, and the reason for that is you're going to be learning how to control the wave. Right, so basically, you know how when minions come to a turret, there's 6 minions, you get all that damage, right? On me, like it's all free damage.
Yeah.
Just harass me for free. Now imagine if you were able in lane to zone me off of farming the wave, but keeping it in the middle, right? And then stacking it so that when it gets to my tower, there's 2.5 or 3 full waves underneath my tower, right? So when you're doing that, you have an additional minute. It's like about 1:45, right? To just do whatever you want. Now the reason it's 1:45 is because minions spawn every 30 seconds, and if you stack 3 waves underneath the tower, that means you delayed them in lane 2 minion waves worth of time. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the time that they spent in lane when they were farming, when they weren't farming, when they were getting zoned, was wasted. They should have been walking around doing something, but they can't. Because if they walk around and do something, you'll just hard push it and they'll lose all the creep.
Right.
So you can use this to back for free, right? And then you could so what really sharp top laners do is they'll stack the wave, push it, and then it'll be under tower. They'll buy items, but they'll teleport to a creep, right? Even they'll even teleport to the creep that's tanking the tower.
Okay.
Right? And then they'll just keep attacking you. Right? Under tower. But now you itemized, you're stronger, and you're harassing them, right? And they're they can't back to base because they're still pinned to the turret.
Right.
Right? So it's really important that you abuse your auto attack mechanics. The 3 mechanics that I want you to start abusing, I've taught them to you already, is the bushwhack. So just auto attack, go into the bush.
Yeah.
The caster punish. So when people walk up, you can hit them. When people hit the minion, you can hit them. And when people walk away, you can hit them. Now the walk away is a little bit more difficult, and it does involve you taking a step up first. So that's okay if you don't get that. But if you're facing a melee person without a gap closer like Mundo, you need to be standing on top of the minions, right? To the point where they can't do anything. The way Mundo should be playing that lane, he should be farming with Cleaver.
Right.
Right? He can't actually just do anything. And what Teemo should actually do, right, is stand in front of the Cleavers. Right? So whenever he's trying to cleave a creep, right, you just take it. Do that for 2 or 3 minions a wave. Don't have to do it for the entire wave, but do it for the more expensive ones.
Yeah.
Right? And then just pot it up. Use your health potions. Right? And he will have when you have 50 farm, he'll have 10.
Okay.
Right? And okay, so
here's this, just specifically for Mundo, okay? I want you to write this down. Or specifically for any melee without a gap closer. Okay? What you're going to be doing is you're going to be starting Flask,
Okay.
right? You can start the Doran's Ring, that's fine, but you're going to start Flask, and you're going to...
With pots or just flask?
Yeah, with pots. So you're going to be starting... You're going to be starting Flask, and you're just going to be tanking like the skill that they're going to use to farm the creep, right? So you're going to use your body and you're just going to heal it up, and you're going to deny them farm. Okay? You have any questions about these strategies?
Time to test, man.
Yeah. I got like, it's been 15 lessons, but now like I found your key factor. Like your key factor is just strategy.
Yeah.
Like I know you were really big on strategy, but I didn't think like you were like the ZZ Rot portal was actually like a solid idea. Honestly, the idea was there, but the build support wasn't there. Next time, what we'll do when we come back to this, like we'll have a part 2 of this session of re-strategizing, and we'll make a ZZ Rot portal build and a ZZ Rot portal strategy.
Okay.
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 But I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
it's not with Hurricane.
It's very sad.
hmm
Should I start Flask always?
No. So like, the reason you want to start a Doran's Ring,
Yeah.
right, is just because of the, like, you don't have to spend anything for the mana sustain. Okay? So what I mean by that is, once you buy that ring, right, you're going to be getting 5 mana or 4 mana, I forget what it is, per creep
Yeah.
every wave. So you're going to be making quite a bit.
But I have mana regen built in. Like I have that in my runes.
That's true. Yeah, well, I guess you could start Flask.
I don't have any damage though. Like that gives me ability power 15 and it gives me 60 health.
Hmm?
The ring gives me 60 health and 15 AP.
Yeah, I get, like, the health is huge too. But like in a matchup where like people can't hit you, right? Getting health is a useless stat. It's a waste for the lane, right? You understand what I mean there?
But Flask is only health, right? That's all I get is health.
Well, it's healing, right?
Healing,
So,
right.
basically, like the difference is now. I always tell everybody, like all my students, like to treat their potions as if they're just extra health in lane. But the difference is, when you have potions, you basically have more ability to control when you lose health because you'll be able to just pot it back up.
Right.
Right. So you can just be like, okay, well, I've taken 2 positive, or I've given 2 positive trades, so I'm in an advantage here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a negative trade here that's going to put them into the danger zone, right? That's going to put them into lethal, right? And then react from, like, and then, like, pot up, right? So I mitigated the damage that made their part of the trade positive, right? So that's a strategy move, right? You're taking a negative trade, and they're, like, you're fishing them. They're like, oh, well, I finally get to have a positive trade. Cool. Oh, shit. I'm
Right.
low, right? So
What do you
I
think
mean,
about just starting Flask, no pots, and then early backing to get a dagger and start working the get closer to my bow?
how about Flask and a ward?
I don't know. A ward, okay.
Because if you get Flask and a ward, even if you don't use that ward during your first back, it's still a ward that you're going to buy in the game. Like, if you're going to tell me that you're not going to buy wards,
I never buy wards.
you have to. You absolutely have
The
to.
trinket is ridiculous, man. That upgraded trinket plus my
It's-
shrooms is out of control.
Those are counted as wards, sorry.
Oh, well, okay. So I upgrade my trinket as
Yeah,
soon
but,
as it's available.
so you're telling me before level 9, you don't buy a single ward?
No, I just have my
But-
trinket and then shrooms.
So you deal with a 90-second ward, right, up until level 9. That's...
Well, level 6, I get shrooms.
Yeah, but level 6 to level 7, you'll only have maximum of, I think it's like 5 shrooms.
I only use shrooms for vision. I don't use them for lane control.
So like yeah, but like your vision isn't gonna be. First of all, like the vision is very like the radius of the shrooms,
Sure. Yeah.
right?
It's
Is
kind
very
of great.
low, right?
Yeah.
And the only actual vision it really does is close proximity vision, or if somebody's gonna hit the shroom, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the placement of the shrooms are super important.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
The wards that you want to be pushing, because like you're AFK pushing your lane, the wards that you want to get are basically like you want to lay a shroom trap down, and then you want to ward ahead of the shroom trap.
Yep.
Okay? So when you see somebody on the ward walking towards your shroom trap, right? Like the jungler, for example, right? You can just walk in there, right? And get in there. Whereas if you place your shroom trap and then you place another shroom for vision, they step on that shroom, are they going to be going to that shroom trap? So if somebody were to ask me, like and this is just another idea on the subject. If somebody were to ask me what the best item in the game was, like the very best item in the game was, I would have to say it's between two. It's between the green ward and a health potion. Right? That is my opinion, because you cannot play the game without any of these items. Like every character has to get these items. Every single character has to get these items in order to survive. Every single character needs vision. Like, I understand that you do get shrooms at 6, but your pre-6 is really weak.
I guess because I'm playing passive, like I always have the lane pulled.
Yeah.
That I don't die from the jungler because the jungler never comes.
You just have a really good sense of like not dying in general, but you're also like you also have to understand that you are in silver.
Yeah.
Right? So like, and I'm not saying that to put silvers down or put you down or put anything like that. I'm not saying it to put that respect, but people are not punishing your mistakes as much as they should be. So
sure.
When I'm jungling, right, I'm like my style of jungling, and this is something that all good junglers will do, but my style of jungling more focuses on this, is I actually wait until people back to base, right, and then I hit tab to see what they came to lane with, right? So if they came to lane with a ward, right, I will walk to that lane, right, and I will stand in the bush that I know that they're going to ward, right, and I'll gank them like that, because I know they're going to walk there, I know they're going to ward, and that's when the gank's going to happen, okay? So that's one thing I'll do. If they don't come to lane with the ward, right, I'll just basically be able to like gank them whenever I want to for the next 3 minutes, right? My only window to gank somebody who comes to lane with the ward is before they place it.
Sure.
Right? Or a different angle. Right? But if they don't come with the ward, I can gank you whenever I want. Right? So, and as a jungler, when you're facing Teemo, right? This really sucks for jungler, by the way. But whenever you see Teemo walk towards the river, right, and you're doing a jungler camp, you're watching where he places that shroom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you're able to do that, and if your top laner is able to ward that bush, like that can get vision of river and whatever, so you can maintain vision at that area, I could literally just keep track of all your shroom spots, right, and weave around them and gank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is, I know this is like higher level play, like way high level play, but because this is a possible strategy people can use to shut you down, right, you need to spend 75 gold to mitigate it. I know that it's not going to happen in your elo, but right now, like, you want to focus on standard, like just standard deterrence, and once you've mastered it, you can let it go. There are people who don't buy wards, and they're in Challenger, but what they do is far more difficult.
Right.
So what they do...
So the start, what about the idea of flask, no pots, and then as soon as I'm low back, get my first item?
I think like you starting that actually complements your style very well, because you're very passive, right? Like you getting a Doran's, like I think like you getting a Doran's ring per your style, isn't like, Hurricane only builds out of daggers, right?
Yeah, daggers to recurve. That's it.
Okay, there's no longsword in there, right?
No.
Okay, so the 3 possible starts for you. Okay, well, let me just figure this out. I have my book here, so I'm gonna write it down. So your 3 possible starts for you are flask, and then like auxiliaries, so flask ward, flask potions, flask nothing, or Doran's blade potion or Doran's ring. And if you go Doran's blade potion, you'll have health sustain, you'll have health, and
Yeah.
you'll have more damage with your auto attacks, which will really help you with your lane punishing. And it'll also help you push the lane harder by 7 damage. Okay, Doran's ring. When you're starting with the Doran's ring, you're getting an extra potion, so that's really important. But all it's doing is increasing your toxic shock damage
Yeah.
and increasing your health. A little bit less than a Doran's blade, but it's increasing your health.
Right.
Right? So you said the mana regen doesn't help you, right? So both mana regen portions of the Doran's ring are wasted gold,
Yeah.
right? So with that being said, I would say Doran's ring is inefficient from how you use it. So I think your choices are between Flask and Doran's blade.
Okay.
If you go Flask and you, for now, start Flask with the potions, okay?
Okay.
But do that for 5 games, okay? And each game, note how many potions you use in lane. And what I want you to do is make sure that you use the potions if you take in health but you're high on mana, and use Flask when you're sort of even on mana.
Right.
You get it? So
Yeah.
I want you to be able to manage that and just see like, okay, I back to base and I actually literally just use all my potions in 4 out of the 5 of the games. I have to start this.
Yeah.
Right? But now if you have 1 potion left over, right? Because I think you can go Flask Ward 1. I'm not sure, but I think you can do that. Right? So but you're like you have like 1 potion left or whatever, like just go Flask Ward 1, right? And then you can do that. Or you can just go like Flask Potion, right, and leave that ward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you're really like safe there. I think Flash. I think Flash really complements your style. I think Doran's blade will really help you practice what you need to practice, and I think Doran's ring is just inefficient for how you play right now. So.
All right. I'll try Flask. I'll try this new build, and get the gold.
Yeah, you get the gold here, and then next week we'll discuss ZZ Rod, and then.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm still silver 5, so I gotta break my way out of it first.
I did check your match history, by the way. You're on a win streak, though. I noticed that.
Yeah, you may have noticed some ZZ rods too in the build.
I did. I saw that.
Leading to
Right?
some victories.
I'm not. If you're actually thinking that I don't like the ZZ Raw portal, I do. I actually like the item in general, but I also do like the fact that you're integrating it on Teemo. It's just like it's an item that doesn't do anything for its slot. It's just very utility based. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna get that item in your build, all of your other slots have to be slot efficient.
Yeah.
Right? And Hurricane just as an item isn't slot efficient. So it's a good item and it supports other items. It makes other items better, right? But on its own, it's not slot efficient.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Take care.